LAN WAN. We working on WAN design in PPP. We reviewed the layers, and we actually talked a fair amount about the physical layer and the data link layer, the two layers we're working with in the WAN area primarily. We reviewed briefly the idea of the core, distribution, and access in a hierarchical network. We looked at an example, DTE, DCE, across some WAN. We used an example of frame relay. We reviewed local loop, last mile, talked about demarcation, a couple devices, talked about the protocols and the connections. And we went through a little bit of PPP, HDLC, we talked about dedicated line, we talked about switch lines, we talked about circuit switched and packet switched. Talked about some other protocols, ways we transmit, ATM, MPLS, frame relay, VPN. X.25 wasn't mentioned on the board, but that would be another previous one that's not used. We talked about VPNs through the internet and how to connect to the internet. We talked a little bit about dial-up, DSL and cable. We didn't talk about satellite. Spent a little bit of time trying to help people understand what a control protocol is, a protocol used to manage the setup of a link and control the information that can be either in-band or out-of-band. In-band with the production traffic, out-of-band not with the production traffic. And then we covered PPP. Router to router, the PPP successor to SLIP, serial line internet protocol. We talked about the layered architecture, the lower layer of how it connects in, link control protocol, negotiation check frames, and network control protocol. We can run multiple protocols across the same link, and it would control which one you switch in terms of keeping track of those. We talked about link control, establish, configure, test, data link connection, and then network control, establish, configure different layer protocols. The three phases: establish the link, authenticate, and then decide on the network layer protocol. And then to finish up, we had some diagrams here that we used to talk about what we were doing. We used an example above to show a backup route or another possible route for management or control protocol traffic. And then we did an example here of a provider supplying us connection for PPP. They took the design, the WAN introduction test together, covered the terms, and then we went through the PPP, and then they took the PPP pre-assessment, and we will work on the PPP labs on Thursday and try to finish up PPP1. That's it.